Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for WSTS-47 Intro to LGBTQ+ Studies for Saturday, October 7th. Just going to go over a few reminders and clarifications like I always do to help you stay on top of things and just kind of know where you should be at in the course, even though most of you attend pretty regularly. I just put these out there just in case you need reminders, or maybe you missed class and just want to catch up on something. So first up, I did post the scores from your recent in-class Chapter 6 quiz, so do take a look at those. I'll be handing those back to you on Monday when you return, so be ready for that. Next up here, next week, this coming week, we're going to be covering Chapters 7 and 8, so we have our quiz for Chapter 7 this coming Monday. We have our quiz for Chapter 8 this coming Wednesday. And the plan next week on Monday and Wednesday is to finish up the last part there of Chapter 6 on Monday and then cover a good deal of Chapter 7. And then we're going to finish up probably a little bit of Chapter 7 and then cover all of Chapter 8 on Wednesday. And in Chapter 6, we have a little bit left over to cover like controversial elements of diversity in the queer community we're going to take a look at there. And also going to be taking a look at Chapter 7. This is a brand new chapter for this new and latest edition of our textbook. It's all about trans identity and theory and stuff, really great stuff. Really cool. They finally put a whole chapter dedicated to this here, so we're going to cover all that next week. Got some good stuff to show you and talk about. And then in Chapter 8, it's an interesting topic we've been dancing around a number of times in the course already, and that's the topic of intersectionality. You may have heard about that term elsewhere outside of this course, but it means something in particular. It's usually referring to how we are all different combinations of demographics based around our, say, gender identity, our ethnicity, our religion, where we live in the country, our age, our sexual orientation, etc., etc., etc. When we put all those things in combination, it kind of creates a unique sort of identity challenges that we may have there, and certainly how we may navigate the world that we happen to live in there too, importantly. So we're going to talk about all that next time. It's really cool stuff. Next up here, just a reminder that your interview paper is coming up early next month there in November. So Wednesday, November 1st, that's when it's going to be due. That's the initial deadline there. There is a dedicated module for the interview paper on our Canvas course page. So scroll down a bit towards the bottom and you'll see the interview paper module. There's instructions there that tell you exactly what to do. Part of what you're going to do is use 4 pre-written interview questions that I've already, again, written there for you. So you're going to use those to structure your interview, and you're also going to write a 5th interview question on your own. So you're going to have one original question. There are a certain number of sentences that are minimally required when you respond to those questions there. I think I have down you have to have at least 4 full sentences for each of those 5 interview questions. So be careful that you actually paraphrase what your interviewee actually said to you. Don't just quote them and put a block of quotes and that's it, because quoting isn't writing. Some quoting is okay and it's cool, of course, but make sure that you describe or say some things about what your interviewee subject actually told you there. In addition to that, those 5 interview questions, there are also 3 summary interview questions you'll find detailed in the instructions as well, so make sure you don't forget to do that part there. These are 3 summary points I want you to take away from the interview that you had there, including one which wants you to incorporate some information from your textbook that you think speaks to whatever happened in your interview that you had there. And there are, again, a number of minimum sentences that you have to have there for these 3 summary questions. I think it's 3 minimum sentences you have to have there, so make sure that you do that there. And so, again, everything you need to know is in that interview module, so make sure you take a look at it there. And again, it's due Wednesday, November 1st. You are allowed to submit it late, up to 72 hours late, but as it says in the instructions, there are deductions for doing it, and there is a dedicated submission area you'll find right below the instructions in that interview module. So you're going to upload your file there. It must be a Word file, so no PDFs, Google Docs, Apple Pages, etc. there, so make sure you upload it. You're not going to email it to me. And also, when you upload that file there, again, just be careful that you do it on time, and that way you won't have any point deductions. But certainly better late than never. It's better to submit something late that's well done than something that's a train wreck and submit it early, because that'll probably cost you a lot more points there. So do be careful about that. Next up here, that we have our second exam coming up, not this week, but after this coming week there. So Monday and Wednesday, we're covering the last chapters in this part of the course, chapters 6, 7, and 8. And then we are going to have our exam 2 on Monday, October 16th. That covers these 4 chapters, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You'll have a study guide there to help you prepare like you did for the first exam. All of that is up and available, so do take advantage of that to prepare for your exam. All right, that's everything I wanted to say for this time. If you need anything in the meanwhile, reach out via email on Canvas, and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I will see you in class on Monday. So take care until then. Bye-bye.